Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, whatever time zone you're in. At the moment, welcome back to the channel. This one's going to be a little bit of a long one. I'm just gathering all the pictures that I can to map out the history of the van for you, for who's interested. And this one goes into the first electrical hookups. Oh, just to mention, this is Murphy. He's a Great Dane Irish Wolfhound cross. He's a beautiful dog. Wasn't mine, was my neighbour's. And yeah, we've got a little bit of electrical stuff happening, a little bit of drag the wood out of the bottom of the van, replace it with aluminium, and there was a fair bit of that happening there because as you can imagine, the wood underneath the van was in worse condition than the wood inside the van in some cases. We installed a tap and a water pump in there as well. That's the first tap, and have plenty of spare nuts, bolts and screws available ready to go. And then we have the first signs of a battery, because I am turning this into an off-grid beastie beast. I started off experimenting, didn't know anything about solar batteries or anything, so I started off with two 100 amp hour lead acid batteries, and I coupled those with two 100 watt solar, cheap off-brand solar, and a Victron solar controller, as you can see. And we put a nice sturdy lock on the van itself and got ourselves ready for Edger. And I'm just doing a fill in here because the audio quality. There we are, hooked up with a couple of entwined extension cords to the solar panels, not recommended. New lights, trying to get it ready for Rego. I wanted to get away in September 2017, so busy getting all that done and running out of time, botching up, just slathering on the silicon wherever it was leaking. I just shot silicon at it, and replacing the final bits of timber in the van that were rotted, but I didn't get to them all. I got to the ones that mattered mostly. And in this one you'll see the new flooring, 18 millimeter form ply. I think I used 3 different types and they're all slightly different, just to make it fun, I guess. I'll go over those in a planer in one day, but at the moment I don't trip over anything in the van. It's fine. Some of the timber had been waiting 50 years for me to come along and drag it out, and as I've said before, the deeper you dig into these things, the worse it gets. So I decided I would replace some of this stuff with form ply, which is pretty waterproof, long lasting, and dragging out the J-rail, fitting what I could together. A little bit of panel beating still needs to happen on the van, and I don't think I used silicone to seal these up from memory. I don't know, but yeah, you'll find lots of wear and tear in your tin bits, and it surprises me that vans stay together in the way that they do, apart from when they're hit. And that's when the solar setup there that you'll see a little bit later on. I had a bit of an issue, a couple of bronze, what do you call it? A couple of bronze buzz bars there that I thought were the ant's pants. Small wiring. You can only fit small gauge wire into the 7515s, which I don't enjoy. I'd like to have larger wiring in them, but that's the way that Victron designs their gear, I guess. So I'm getting closer to finishing these parts, and I drove it to the blue slip place and got it blue slipped. First time, well actually no, it was the second time, because they said at first that the brakes didn't work, and they sent me away to so they can test it a little bit more, and when I came back they finally figured out the brakes. That was good, and got me a registered van to go away with, although it was quite basic at the time. Some of the underneath does still need work. You can see the old floor there, it's pretty horrible. I bitumened the form ply once I got it all replaced, and this is basically all still there. I'd like to replace it, but other things take priority, as in I'd like to get the electricals working properly. I'm running two fridges at the moment, a 65 litre Brass Monkey fridge and a 20 litre drawer fridge. I bought the 20 litre drawer fridge because it is one of the only brands, I forget which is the other, of a drawer fridge type that will do -20 consistently. They're both really good fridges. I like having them there, although the drawer fridge does not have Bluetooth. I got it real cheap, so never mind. You can see a little bit in this photo there, the configuration of the exhumation of the air conditioner. I don't think I've got a picture of that properly, but I put it all together with some 50mm square flat bar, and I found that the more I drilled the flat bar into the, what do you call it, the more I drilled into the flat bar into the perspex, the more the perspex cracked, so I stopped doing that. Threw some silicone on it and away we go. And this is the underneath. Isn't that beautiful? Black. Bitumen there. That pipe back there was taking some, I think it's 2 gauge welding wire underneath the van. I picked up some old welding wire from the tip, and that was connecting, you can see it in the top of that photo there, that's connecting both batteries, which I finally situated beside the wheel wells, interestingly enough. And there's some of the detail on the brakes there, which were a bit of a pain to get working properly. I don't think they were working very well when I towed it up, but never mind. I replaced the cylinder and all the lines, and only to be pulling it out again to replace it with electric brakes at some point. Electric brakes, new axle, 45mm axle, a couple other gel batteries there that I was testing out in the living room, and some detail of planning out the floor. There we go, there's the proper floor plan of the floor. Could have used that just recently. That's the old floor, of course, but that's where the batteries were going to sit, one on each side. Don't know if I've got a picture of the wire actually coming up. This is a little experiment on putting an Anderson plug on the drawbar. It turned out to be ill-advised, like some of my ideas, most of them actually, and now I have Anderson plugs a little bit further up underneath the van, for the external solar panels, the ground panels. Drilling into the drawbar is never a good idea, but I didn't take any advice about that. Didn't really have AI to look it up for me. But it looked pretty, it was functional for the time. I can still reinvent that if I need to for some reason. Maybe connect an Anderson plug to the car. Chopping out the floor, I wished I'd done it from underneath, but I did it from on top, and my plans were not accurate, and I found that I had jigsawed through one of the support bars. There it is, which should be welded in the future. I'd have to get underneath there with the welder and do it again. Maybe these pictures are interesting for you, maybe not. If you buy an old van like this is not a warning, it's just a suggestion that you may be up for a lot more than you think. It takes time, takes money, takes patience, takes research. A lot of research went into the batteries, because when I first got it registered and drove it up north, had the gas fridge in there popping along, and the gas fridge worked really well. Original gas Electrolux fridge, which I think I've got in the previous video, worked really well. But sleeping and listening to the gas pilot light burbling away was not relaxing at all, so I got rid of it. And yeah, I'm glad I photographed it and took all that detail with me so I can look back. Also, what I thought it would be helpful would be to time the amount of work that I put into the van. So I wrote down the date, I wrote down the time that I start, wrote down the time that I stopped, and sometimes what I did. Not often enough though. So I was semi-retired at this point, trying to run my own business. I think I had left working for contracting for Telstra at this time. Here we have a bit of a tragedy. Some wire fell on top of the battery terminals, and all the white stuff you see there is the fire extinguisher. I was very lucky that I was in the van at the time, and I knocked that wire on top of the batteries, and that's it. So here's the arrangement of the said batteries on the floor next to the wheel wells there, and that's the 2-aught gauge coming up. Handmade lugs there, very professional. Since dispensed with that and camping up north, mid-north coast. Very nice. I brought my ladder with me. Those are the days I want to get back to. Anyway, that's all from me, so have a good one. See you later, bye.